Hey Google, restart video.
Hey everyone, Scott Innes, voice actor, Hollywood actor, movie star. Don't believe all that. I'm a legend in my own mind. Hey, you know me better as the voice of some of the most popular cartoon characters in the world. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Scrappy-Dappy-Doo, Puppy Power, Blank and Shady too. Hey, you've got the Sullivan Project podcast coming at you right now.
Hey Google, stop. Hey Google, set your volume to 50%. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast. I'm your host, Harold Sullivan, and I hope you all are having a blessed, warm, loving day wherever you're at. Your home is not a house; it could be any place, and as long as you got love or some people to care, and everybody has at least somebody. Just think about it. When you think, I don't have. You have somebody. You know what I mean? And part of this podcast is to reach out to people. Everyone has a story, and you can't judge a book by its cover. I've been blind over 3 years now, and I was born with an autoimmune disease and wasn't supposed to make it long. So I quit walking out when I was 10. I've been in a wheelchair for 35 years or so. But I come to realize that stuff don't happen to us; it's for us, and you can look at things many ways. But it doesn't help to be down and negative and just always try to find the light. So, and love is a choice, and so is the hate. We like to say that here. So if you want to be a guest on the show or just have something to say, email hs19782015 at outlook.com, or you can check us out on YouTube and TikTok, Harold Sullivan 78, and Facebook is Harold Sullivan period 35. And you can even call 724-513-1472. And we appreciate, likes, shares, comment, friend, follows, friends, whatever, all the different terms. And I just want to help people, get something out if you need to. Come on and talk about anything. We do all kinds of stuff here, just anything from movies to just getting out. Your pain is your strength, not your weakness. So it actually helps just to talk. And if you just got something that's happened or you just need to say something out, only with love though, no hurt. We don't do that here. We don't target. We don't shame. I'm just a messenger. I'm not the judge, just a messenger. That's another Sullyism. I've been writing songs and poetry and all kinds of stuff since I lost my sight. I got a book in progress I'm trying to do. And Oracle card deck if anybody wants to help, because I just have my sister helps when she can, but she has to work too, and so I'm blind and I can't use my hands much, but I'm doing what I can. It's not, it's not as much as you can do. It's just what you do, right? Just a little bit. We're not judged on what we can give because all we can do is what we can do, right? So I got a bit to talk about here. Danny's back in the state with the God Babies. Unfortunately, he's sleeping on his mom's couch for now. He's come to visit me a couple times, but I think it's better off for him not to be with his ex. They've been together on and off 20 years almost, but they got 2 babies under 2 now. And she basically threw him out, bought her own house, and moved back to PA, the state I'm in. And he had to find his own way back here. And it's just sad. It's sad. He's sad. He wants to be with the babies. But this woman has stabbed him and all kinds of things in the past. I mean, I didn't witness it, but it's just horror stories. So, sometimes you have to start over and do things. He's got another job though. He's supposed to start already, so that's good. So I wanted to say that. I'm going to try to get him on video here soon. Danny's done podcasts before, but only like audio, and then we have one video that he did. He sent me with the babies, so the God Babies. Thank God for. He asked me to be the godfather to his 2 children back to back, and I haven't had kids on my own, so it was so important that it made me tear up. But I want to talk about a couple of dreams. See, I had some dreams. I've been having dreams and some other kind of psychic stuff lately. I had words coming through these freaking Googles and these Alexas again. Literally, one or two words or even a sentence will come through these things in the middle of the night. And a couple days ago, it was greetings. Clears a bell like 3 a.m. I'm laying there in the bed. I got the Alexa in the bed in case I want to do audiobooks or listen to them. And the word greetings came right out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what the heck I heard. I went to sleep. And then this morning, clear as a bell. This was weird, okay, because I was like, what time is it? I haven't been able to tell time in over 3 years. And when you don't have any sight, there really is no time. Time is made up. You don't know whether it's dark or light out or it's noon, nighttime. How many weeks have been, go past. Think about it. It really affects that stuff. Uh, I don't have no time clock or whatever it's called inside anymore. But yeah, about eight. I asked it. I was like, "Hey Google, I don't want to say it all right now, but I asked what time it was, and it said 8:40. Okay, this is this morning. Uh, and then about 2 minutes later or so, clear as a bell, I heard looks like a UFO. I heard those words because it sounded just like it was the Google speaker. And then I was like I was like, okay, repeat. I told it to repeat. I said there were two words. I said hey, and then you know, and then repeat, and it's repeated 8:40. Okay, because within so many minutes, it will repeat the last thing it said. So I was like, okay, it didn't come out of that, but it sounded like it. This has happened several times where these things will just say words. I don't know. I can't explain it. Something's coming through somehow, or I'm able to pick up something. Or maybe it just sounds like that, but I'm thinking it's that. But I heard this morning the words "looks like a UFO," and the other day greetings. Things I can't make out sometimes coming through these freaking speakers in here. So I did have a dream. Yeah, the other day I had a dream. I've been having dreams of people trying to get me or do things to me out in my sleep, like scientific, like or not like sexual. And then the other day it was weird because there was this aquarium, like a fish tank, in my dream. There was these animals or whatever sitting in it, and they looked like cat dog is the best way I can explain them. Cats or dogs together, and they had thick whiskers, and they were breathing under the water. Like there was no bubbles, and they looked to me like they were alive. But it was weird how they were underwater in the tank of water, and this was clear as I mean, clearer than clear in my dreams. It was weird, so I figured I'd say that. Also, I have a new Sullyism, Be Strong. A couple of days ago, it just came to me. I was listening to an audiobook, and they said the words in the middle of a sentence or something, and it just stood out louder to me. This is how sometimes these things come to me, or some of them just come into my head, the words. But this was Be Strong. I've been having a little tough time lately since I got in the hospital a few months ago. Uh, some of these podcasts I do a few months ahead of time. That way, when I'm feeling all right, I do them. When I'm not feeling good, I don't have energy. I don't record a lot. So, and actually, Shannon Doherty has passed away recently, I believe, uh, from 90210, the actress. And I knew her from Charmed. I believe she was in Charmed. And then Scare Tactics she hosted. It was like a blooper, like a scary blooper show where they would put people, have scary stuff happen to them and tell them they were on camera. And then she passed away recently, and I almost met her. Well, I kind of did at a convention a few months ago, but she wouldn't talk to me unless I paid to have her autograph. And I just wanted to talk to her for a moment. So, but she was there. And then Dr. Ruth, I believe, has passed. So I know Dr. Ruth from Quantum Leap. She was actually in an episode of that, but Dr. Ruth was around for so many years. She was the doctor before Dr. Phil, Dr. Drew, before Loveline, before any of that stuff. She would just talk about anything. And anybody could go to her. She was like the all doctor for everything. And one of them few names that you just know the name Dr. Ruth. You know what I mean? So I wanted to say that, y'all. We're going to do a review, finish the review of the first season of X Files. I talked about like the first half of it on a previous podcast, so go check that out. The X Files season one. This is going to be like the second part of it. And then let's see here. I got another thing I'm going to start up like a little bracket of odd stuff like funniest poop scene in the movie. Okay, uh, gay fun, best gay in a dance in a bar, or best dance in a gay bar. Okay, and then I got a couple nominations for those. And then the other thing would be best like hero kiss. See, we got that, and best alleyway fight scene. Okay, So the best alleyway fight scene would be They Live. Check it out, John Carpenter and Roddy Piper. Best hero kiss would be Spider-Man 1. Whenever he comes down with the web, I believe that was the first one. Check that out. Best poop scene, funny poop scene in a comedy would have to be in Dumb and Dumber, I would think. At least up there in nomination. Or in nomination. The first Dumb and Dumber, right? And then the other one would be a gay bar. Best dance scene would be an American Wedding when Stifler, Sean William Scott, he just went off and was dancing with this guy. And it was just hilarious. So I'm trying to think of odd. I've done lots of brackets on other stuff before. So these are a few that are kind of odd and different, but it makes you think. So write in on those, vote, give me your ideas. We appreciate it. Stuff to talk about, you know what I mean? Get away from the pain and struggles in life. Join the podcast here, listen to some stuff, and share the light and be the light, right? So there's a couple movie theaters or movie trailers I want to talk about, and then we're going to get into the X-Files. The Crow, which I didn't even know. They've been talking about remaking it for years. Jason Momoa, Bradley Cooper. Uh, I can't remember so many other guys, but now it's actually the guy who played Pennywise in the It. Uh, Skarsgård, I believe it's Bill Skarsgård. And I've heard the trailer. It's out now. It sounds really good. So I mean, we'll see from what I can hear, not seeing it. And also, Beetlejuice 2 is out after all these years. Beetlejuice. And again, it sounds decent. And then that reminds me of I got to review Indiana Jones here. And then we also have The Crow, Beetlejuice. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then The Joker 2 with uh, Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I don't know. She don't really sound like Harley Quinn. I don't think she really wears any of the outfits, but we'll see how that's going to be. I mean, but Joaquin Phoenix is back, and it's kind of like a musical. They're going to be singing back and forth. I've been reporting on this since the Joker first one came out. So, and then yeah, Indiana Jones. I uh, I finally got to listen to that. The Dial of Destiny, the new movie. I just think it was caca. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10, maybe 2.5 out of 5 stars. I wouldn't even give it more than that. And it's basically spoilers. Indiana Jones, his son has died, so they write off Shia LaBeouf or whatever I call him LaBeouf, saying he went to the military and died, and then so, and then his wife leaves him, Indy's wife, marry him, so he is alone again and doing his things. And apparently in the past he ran into the Dial of Destiny, so now somebody comes and finds him from the past. Let's go find it. And his whole thing is he wants to go tell his son not to join the military so they can save him or whatever. But Indiana Jones is now time travel. Before that, it was UFOs. The first three were good. You know what I mean? They should have stopped with the Last Crusade. And then Harrison Ford, there's a scene where he's young, but he sounds old still. They could have at least somehow edited the voice. You could do that. And it doesn't make sense because he doesn't even go back and save his son. He goes back too far and he ends up stopping whatever it is I think they're trying to stop, but he got to quit. And I loved Indy, remake it. You know what I mean? Go check out the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, which was actually had 1 or 2 seasons back in the 90s. I'm going to try to get the episodes and review those. They were actually pretty good. They went back and did Indy when he was younger. So, and then I just got finished with a Tupac, the authorized biography by Stacy something, maybe Robinson or something. I can't remember her last name. But a friend of Tupac's, Tupac Shakur, when he was young, got commissioned to write a book, 14 hours. And when I got done, I wanted to tear up listening to it. It took me a couple of weeks, an hour here and there. And then the beginning and the ending were almost the same. A lot about his aunt Jean, and like he only lived 25 years, but he wanted to hear more. He wanted the story to keep going. You know what I mean? So I learned about Tupac. He liked fried chicken. He liked rice. He liked crabs. He liked mac and cheese. He liked sunflower seeds and rolling up them blunts and smoking them cigarettes, chain smoking them. He liked sun kiss. He used to make his own homemade like lightsabers and weapons out of styrofoam and tape when he was a kid, and ride around on a tricycle with a helmet on, like he was riding a motorcycle. He always wanted to be an actor. He wrote stuff when he was younger. He went to the school for the arts, and but he went through so much else, you know what I mean, and then was killed at 25. My God. But let's do the X Files here, and yeah, I've done past episodes on Tupac, so check out those. Uh, hey Google, what did I want you to remember? This is how I take notes.
Here's what you
Tell
told me.
time.
First, dream 2 o'clock a voice.
Hey Google, delete the first one.
Done. It's forgotten.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Rocket Fuel Brothers hybrid. Second, Glowbug Skinner trial reincarnation. Third, a lizard head UFO truck miracle band, lone gunman Beastman.
Okay. So there was a guy with a lizard hand. This is in like the last half of the X Files first season. They were doing some kind of stuff where he could regrow, almost like the lizard in Spider-Man. But the guy got it to work. His hand was gone, and they had to put another animal hand on it, started to grow his hand back. Then there was a UFO on a truck in an episode. Of course, that old myth. You know what I mean? There's a tanker going across the country, but they didn't know what was in it. People kept getting hurt and sick and killed because you can't go back there and mess with that thing. So Skinner came in the first season, finally showed up at the end, and there was a trial about Mulder. There was this killer that Mulder had put on trial, and then it's like he comes back later on, but they're not sure if it's him or not. He's actually tries to help them catch some people. Uh, hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Rocket Fuel Brothers hybrid. Second, Glowbug Skinner trial reincarnation. Third, a lizard head UFO truck miracle band, lone gunman Beastman.
Hey Google, stop. Okay, so then there was a miracle guy who was touching people and curing them, like kind of like he had powers on another episode.
I don't understand.
Hey Google, stop it. And then the lone gunman did come in. There was a scientist earlier in the season I thought was part of them. He might not have been, but I remember he was in a few of the episodes. I think he was doing AI or something with computers. And then but the lone gunman did come in. They're in a group of like side, kind of like people who didn't fit in with organizations, and they got their own stuff on the side, and they help out the X Files crew once in a while. Uh, and then later on, what else did we have here? We had some kind of rocket fuel that they were making out of stuff. Uh, uh, what else? Hey Google, what did I want you to remember? These were on like the last
Here's
10
what you
episodes
told
or
me.
so.
First, Rocket Fuel Brothers hybrid. Second, Glowbug Skinner trial reincarnation. Third, a lizard head UFO truck miracle band, lone gunman Beastman.
Oh, there was a beast man. It was kind of like some kind of werewolf or something on the Indian thing. I was thinking. I can't remember. He was transforming into different, yeah, like a werewolf almost. They did every episode did different things, and then there were some glow bugs. There was another episode with bugs where they said they went under the earth for so many years and they were digging up these trees and they released these bugs that were killing people. So there was glow bugs in there. What else here? Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Rocket Fuel Brothers hybrid. Second, Glowbug Skinner trial reincarnation.
Hey Google,
Third,
stop. Then there was a reincarnation of a young person who knew stuff that they didn't think they could know, basically. And they were trying to prove whether they were really reincarnated or not. Somebody that actually, what was happened was two people died at the same time, and when they came back, they had switched, and they couldn't figure out. Like the one guy was killing people, though, pretending he was the other person. So it was weird. It was a different reincarnation kind of. And then we had some brothers or twins that were in there, and they were using something to communicate and kill people. Kind of like the other episode where there was the guy and the girl who were killing people playing this game. Uh, this was a little bit different though. And then let's see here. It kind of ends in the warehouse. Let me see. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
here's what you told me. First, Rocket Fuel Brothers hybrid. Second, Glowbug Skinner trial reincarnation.
Hey Google,
Third,
stop. And then the hybrid is they find is a person who has powers who they've been breeding with. This is a precursor to Scully actually being impregnated later on, actually. But this person they've been doing stuff on for years, and they find out there's other test subjects. So the government's trying to hunt them down. They're part alien. They have certain powers. And then at the end, they actually find this warehouse with proof in it, But then, of course, it kind of almost gets taken away. And then they say, oh, we're going to end the X-Files after the first season. Scully or Mulder calls Scully up, and he's like, we're going to end. I don't know if they just think we're going to get another season or what, but 20 some episodes, yeah. So that's a lot in those episodes. That's just the last few episodes I was talking about. So I'd give that probably out of first seasons, at least a 7 or 8. I mean, pretty high up out of 10. And I just reviewed season 11 recently, and I'm gonna get the other ones on the Google Play or on TV. But they want you to pay for them now on all these TV channels. I can get them on Google Play for like $20 for a whole season. You know what I mean? So, well, we'll be back soon. I have some more interviews. Got some celebrity cameos coming up, and like we like to say, love's a choice, and so is the hate.